Hello everybody, my name is Bhavik Reddy and I am going to teach you HTML. I design websites using HTML and CSS and I create graphics too. I enjoy making websites look good and work well. I use tools like VS Code for coding and Canva for graphic design. I'm also interested in learning about cybersecurity as my career. I'm going to show you how to download a tool called Visual Studio Code to write HTML in. Now, as you know, you go in Google Chrome and then type in VS Code download as our first search, and then our first search will come as this. When you click on the link, it will come like this. I'm using Mac, so when I press download, it will come like this. Now I'm gonna start my HTML ebook. About me, I design websites with HTML and CSS. I enjoy making lots of websites and make them work well. I use some tools like VS Code for coding, and I'm also interested in learning about cybersecurity as my career. Now here we have the table of content, as we have our first chapter, HTML tutorial. Inside of HTML tutorial we have home, basic, styles, and etc. Now we have more contents which I can explain later, and we have first section, HTML introduction. HTML is the standard markup language for creating web pages. What is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and HTML describes the basic structure of a web page, and HTML elements can tell the browser how to display the content correctly. Now we have our next section, HTML basic. And then in there we have HTML documents. All HTML documents must start with a document type declaration. For HTML, the document type declaration is doc type HTML. The HTML document itself begins with HTML and ends with /HTML. The visible part of the HTML document is between body and the /body, which is the end of the body. For example, we have some basic code with the document type declaration, HTML, and body. Inside of them there are h1, which means header 1, and then there's a little paragraph, and then here's the output that will come as this. Now we have our next section, HTML elements. An HTML element is defined by a start tag, some content and an end tag. HTML elements. The HTML element is everything from the start tag to the end tag. Here's some examples, like h1, header 1, and then the end of the header 1, and then you write some content like my first heading, and then we have a basic paragraph which is just like the header 1, but it will come very small. Will come smaller than the h1, and then here's a basic table telling what happens inside. No, what is displayed inside. And then we have our first start tag, which is a header 1, and then in the element content, in the content of it is the text, which is my first heading, and then we have a paragraph which has a basic text with as my first paragraph, and it ends with a /p, and then a br makes the line go to the next slide. If you write anything with it, if you write anything with it and write br, and then it will come to the next line. Now next we have HTML headings. HTML headings are titles or subtitles that you want to display on a web page. Like and HTML headings are defined with the H1 to H6 tags. And then here's an example. I'm going to show you how to write code and run code in Visual Studio Code. As you see now, I'm opening Visual Studio Code in Mac, and this is the first screen that will come. Now you have to press this button called open, and then you see something. You see this folder. Now I created a folder in my desktop called Bhavik. Inside of that, I created another one called training. Inside of that, I made a folder called HTML training. And then when I press open, this is what will come. And then now this will come, and when you press new file, and you can name it whatever you want. So I'm just gonna name it number 1.html. This represents that it is a HTML document. So when I press enter, it will come like this. Now I can start writing any code like this. And the best feature of Visual Studio Code is that it gives you options to choose. Like first of all, I choose doc type for a declaration of HTML, and then I write some simple HTML code like this. And I write body, and now I'm gonna write a simple H1. Inside of that, I'm gonna write hello world. Hello world. Okay. Now I'm going to write another one, which is a paragraph, which is smaller than the H1, the header tag. It's compulsory. You have to write the start tag and the end tag. Like if I do it now, I'm writing a simple paragraph. Writing this is an paragraph. Okay, now let's see our output. If we run without debugging, it'll come like this: hello world, and the header is always bold because headers are very big and they need to be recognized by everybody. So, and then paragraphs are very small because paragraphs are very small. So when I wrote the output, this is a paragraph. The output came as this is a paragraph. So this is how HTML works. If you have any doubts in this lesson, please comment in the comment box. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to our channel, Kavi Web Designs, and don't forget to hit the bell icon for more notifications. See you in the next lesson. Bye bye.